What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, with another edition of Where, Pick, and Dare, where I pick games for the various games that are occurring tomorrow. Whether it's football, baseball, basketball, basically whatever games I want to pick, I will pick them. With all that being said, on with the video. College men's basketball. Texas Longhorns versus Duke Blue Devils. The Longhorns have a 20.1% chance to win, and Duke has a 79.9% chance to win. This is part of the Dick Vitale Invitational, so this is in Charlotte, North Carolina, in Spectrum Center. So you could say it's kind of like a home game for Duke due to distance. You know, so Duke is sixth in the nation. Texas is unranked. Despite the percentage given to Duke for how high they have a chance to win, the spread's only 8.5. So yeah, I don't know. That is definitely weird. Like that's definitely a weird one. And so yeah, so it must mean that this could maybe be a decent game. Of course, with rosters, Texas, you have Cole Bott, John Clark, Nick Cody, Declan Drew Jr., Camden Hyde, Mark, Anthony McDermott, Louis Obiora, Jordan Pope, Brand Taylor, Miles Wilkie Titus, Chindle Weaver, Simeon Wilcher. For Duke, you have Cameron Boozer, Cam Boozer, Malik Brown, Isaiah Evans, Caleb Foster, Darren Harris, Nicholas Kamania, Patrick Nagambas II, Dame Sar, Jake Scott, Cameron Sheffield, Ifeanyi Ufo Chukwu, and Sebastian Wilkins. So, you know, this could be a decent team. So maybe like Texas is believed to be amongst like the higher up amongst the unranked teams. Could be why the spreads you know as low as it is. I mean, Texas does. They're not ranked, but they have some votes. Like they have I think 35 votes in at least in the AP. They have not enough to you know get ranked, but they have some votes. So this could be closer, but it's in Charlotte. There's gonna be a lot more Duke fans there than Texas fans, especially with this being a basketball game. If this was a football game, Texas might would have had a shot in having more people than Duke. Might have a shot. Even though due to distance, there probably would still be more Duke people there. Anyway, with this being in Charlotte, basically significantly closer to Duke than the Texas. I mean, and with how good Duke is, I think Duke's gonna beat Texas tomorrow. College women's basketball. Tennessee Volunteers versus NC State Wolfpack. Um, there is currently no odds given in regards to like who who has a better chance to win. So yeah, so can't really say who has the odds right now. But with this, so this is part of the Row Greensboro Invitational. So it's in Greensboro, North Carolina. And so, so Tennessee's 8th in the nation, NC State is 9th in the nation. So a very highly ranked matchup. So two top 10 teams. So this could actually be a pretty good game. And, so with it being at Greensboro, it's obviously a lot closer for NC State. So there should be a lot more NC State fans there than Tennessee fans. And so because I mean from Raleigh, North Carolina, it's like around an hour and a half. And from Knoxville, Tennessee, It's like 4.5 hours, so it's significantly closer to Raleigh than to Knoxville. So there should be a lot more NC State fans there than Tennessee fans. And with the rosters. So with Tennessee, you have Janiah Barker, Kenia Boyd, Jada Civil, uh, Talacia Cooper, Lauren Hurst, Elisa Latham, Mia Paldo, Mia Mia Paldo. I guess there's two Mia Paldos. Dania Prawl, Nia Robertson, Z Spearman, Ruby Whitehorn, Jersey Wolfenbarger, and Kaya Wynn or Kaya Wynn. NC State, you have Lorena Awo, Zoe Brooks, Mallory Collier, May Cox, Adelaide Jernigan, Zamaria Jones, Destiny Lunan, uh, Camille Pierre, Devin Quigley, Cadence, uh, Cadence Samuels, and Tilda Trigger. Yeah, so this could be a good game. Two highly ranked teams, but I think with it being at in so closer to Raleigh, with that being providing a big home field advantage for NC State, I think NC State beats Tennessee tomorrow. Louisville Cardinals versus UConn Huskies. Louisville has a 4.8% chance to win, and UConn's a 95.2% chance to win. This is, this is part of the Paraton Armed Force Classic. So while this event's kind of generally held in Ramstein Air Base in Germany, um, it was moved to the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, and so it's in Annapolis. It's not in Germany, which probably means more fans will be able to show up to the game, which would mean more ticket revenue. And so anyway, so Louisville's 20 in the nation. UConn is number one in the nation. Obviously preseason favorites. They, of course, they're the reigning national champions. From last season, and so yeah, and with the rosters, you have for Louisville, you have Reagan Bender, Imari Berry, Peyton Bradley, Rebecca Graves, Anaya Hardy, Alif Istan, Bulu Buluoglu, Skylar Jones, Isla Jeffermans, Grace Mbugua, Yev Hinia Putra, McKinley Randolph, Tajiana Roberts, Raina Scott, Laura Ziegler, and with UConn you have KK Arnold, Ice Brady, Morgan Shelley, Caroline Carme, Jonna Alfie, Talise Fisher, Ozzy Fudd, Haley Heckle, uh, Gandhi Mulamamal, Ayana Patterson, Blanca, Queen Onez, Ashlyn Shade, Sarah Strong, Sarah Williams, and Ali Ziebel. So could be a good game. As far as attendance, let's see. With Annapolis is compare. It's from Annapolis, Maryland is you know it's almost 10 hours from Louisville, Kentucky, and and it's around 7 hours from UConn. I don't think it'll be significant. So as far as attendance, it may be hard to get some people there. So I don't know how, because that's a long drive or long flight for anyone. Well, long drive flight be like, I don't know how long it'd be. Anyway, but driving, it'll be a long drive for some people to show up. But there'll still be some people there. It is, I guess, around it is good, but it is definitely closer to UConn than to Louisville. So odds are you expect more UConn people there. And with how good UConn is, you know, going into this season, I think UConn beats Louisville tomorrow. NBA. Philadelphia 76ers versus Chicago Bulls. The Sixers have a 50.7% chance to win, and the Bulls have a 49.3% chance to win. This is at Chicago. So injuries, you have, for the Sixers, you have Joel Embiid, Paul George, and Dominic Barlow are game time decisions. Jaron McCain is out for the Bulls. Kobe White and Zach Collins are out. Ayo Dosumu is a game time decision. With the remaining players on each roster, you have, Aiden Bona. For the Sixers, you have Aiden Bona, Jody Broom, Audrey Drummond, VJ Edgecombe, Justin Edwards, Eric Gordon, Kyle Lowry, you know, Jabari Walker. For the Bulls, you have Jevin Carter, Matas Buzelis, Josh Giddey, Kevin Horner, Trey Jones, Mayo Miller, Patrick Williams, Kobe White, Jalen Smith, Julian Phillips. So this could be an interesting game. As far as who's better, I mean, I don't know. You can maybe say the Sixers right now, taking into account, have the better roster, but is I would say I don't think it's a significant difference to matter. So I think home field advantage will be the big thing here. So I think the Bulls will beat the 76ers tomorrow. Oklahoma City Thunder versus Los Angeles Clippers. The Thunder has a 61.3% chance to win, and the Clippers have a 38.7% chance to win. This is at LA. So with injuries, you have for the Thunder, you have Lugowitz, Dort, Alsmain, Dien, Chet, Holmgren are game time decisions. John Williams and Nikola Topic are out. And for the Clippers, Kobe Sanders and Jordan Miller are out. So, with who all's left, for the Thunder, you have, Alex Caruso, Shai Gilgeous Alexander, um, Aaron Wiggins, Jalen Williams, Chris Youngblood. So you have a good roster left for the Thunder. With the Clippers, you have, Bradley Beal, you know, James Harden, Derrick Jones Jr., Kawhi Leonard, Brook Lopez, Chris Paul. So yeah, I mean, I think the with who all's left, I think the Clippers, you could say, are probably like right now a better roster than the Thunder. And so I think with that and home field advantage, I think the Clippers will beat the Thunder tomorrow. And that's it for picks. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my picks. Do you agree with them? Do you not? If you have different picks, you can put them in the comments. But other than that, please like, subscribe, and all that. Thank you for listening, and look forward to the next video.